Hi friends, welcome to Choksi Tax Services. Today we are going to discuss about the Choksi Tax referral system, a guide that will help you lead your business. What every business person has to understand that they have to create a virtuous cycle of business growth which does not depend on any economic conditions, and how you can generate business, how can you get new clients, what are the steps into it. We are going to discuss on that. There are 4 key steps as under. Service. We have to enhance the services to existing customers, make it as a key growth driver. Trust. Building trust based on relationships and abilities. Referrals. Understand how to drive referrals, whether you are an introvert or you are an extrovert, and how to convert referrals into new clients, making a great first impression and boosting conversions. So let's talk about 2 things today: service as well as trust. Step 1, enhancing the services to existing customers. That is a key growth driver. Sales earns you money and service costs you money. This is what everyone lives by today in today's myth. But what is the truth? The truth is, good businessmen understand that sales improves top line and service improves the bottom line. So customer acquisition costs are always higher than the customer retention cost. But today customers, businessmen, they give only services to customers and they forget about the retaining their customer client base. In the unique business of providing continuous revenue earning customers, it is very important. So if you want to have a daily customer to customer base, it's very important not only to have customer acquisition but also retaining your existing customers and giving them services. There are 10 ways of in which you can make your service as your key growth driver. The first one being, deal with complaints. Thank your client for raising the issue. It's very important, friends, to understand that we have to accept and acknowledge whatever the clients have raised issues ahead of you. Why? Because he always had the choice of giving up on and moving on to business elsewhere. But a client who complains is not a pain in the neck, but he's the one who's taking the trouble to complain because he's still willing to do business with you, and therefore wants the issue to be sorted out. Deal with complaints very promptly. The market offers him enough options, and it's very simple for him to move his business to another advisor. All it takes is just one phone call and the things are done. Show that you care about the issue that your client has raised. Make sure that you have a resourceful person who are dealing with the issue. He has always had the choice of giving up the business and taking over the consideration. Second point, be helpful even if there is no immediate profit. Very important, friends, to understand is that though your clients may be asking for a service and you are not able to serve those things, give them that benefit of service and let's take it forward. Your client has query into services that you don't deal into. It's easy to say sorry and your client will search someone else who can help him. For example, if a client has a query of his TDS return or wants help in assessing his VAT returns, it's very easy for him to simply tell him, sorry, I don't deal in such services. What you can do is, but if instead you don't deal into the services, you are willing to help him anyway. So what you can do is you can contact your head office or other franchise offices who deal in these services and get the query resolved that your client is looking for. So that's what, contact your HO and resolve this issue. That puts a smile on the face of your clients. This helpful attitude wins your clients' confidence, loyalty, and it motivates them to go out of their way and provide them referrals that you want to seek from them. Third part, throw in something extra. It's very important, friends, that today clients are looking for something extra. some extra services that you will be providing apart from the basket of services that you have. it gives him a lot of extra confidence and helps you in getting the deal closed. Every client likes to know whether he is getting a good deal. If you throw in something extra for free, there is every possibility that client sees a huge value in that offer. Many ways you can do this. Let's see. Maintain a checklist of all routine payments that your client has to make during the year and send SMS reminders on the due date. Something extra always adds value to your overall offering and creates a wow factor. Fourth point, customer must always win. There are many times when you strongly believe that your customer is not right, and you may be correct in your view. There is a deviation from the old age saying customer is always right. It's important to distinguish between customer is always right and customer must always win. Your customer may not be right when making a complaint, but it's important for you to realize that your customer must always win in any way. It may be a far better idea to politely inform your client that you were not wrong in what you said or did, but you have taken some chance that resolving his own issues. Quickly shift your attention to the inconvenience that your customer is currently facing and find ways to reduce or eliminate that inconvenience. That gives a lot of customer confidence in addressing his issue, saying him that maybe he's not right, and he's correct in some way that he must always win. Give chance to his achievement. The key is not to focus on winning the argument, but understanding that your customer's inconvenience and finding a way to help him. Your customer need not always be right, but he must always win. Fifth point, we'll see that keep response time for all your services. Friends, it's very important that whatever services that you have committed to provide to your clients, give a response time so that within that period you are able to serve the client. Most services that your client seeks from you are completely within your control, and a few are not within your control because you have to depend upon the government offices like ROC and Income Tax Department. Other angle you have to keep in mind is that a large number of service issues degenerate into complaints only because the client's expectations on how quickly it will be resolved differed vastly from your knowledge or how long will it actually take to resolve. Major complaints come from clients arise due to expectation mismatch and overcommitment of services. Setting expectations and managing expectations thus becomes a critical component of your entire service delivery efforts. It is also important for you to put together a comprehensive list of all the services and give an idea of response time for each service. Think of a time. Let me give you an example. For example, Pizza Hut claims that it will deliver hot pizzas within 30 minutes. You see that it creates a lot of customer confidence. It gives you a response time that within this time this service will be delivered to you. In that way, you can assure that such response is being done in a perfect manner. Giving response time and delivering on them is a critical component of excellent service. Always aim for excellence. Our sixth point is always aim for excellence. As has been widely recognized in our country is that there is a chalta hai type of approach. Is one of the biggest curses that stops us from truly harnessing our potential. Do you strive for 100% error-free updated accounting records on month-to-month basis for your client, or are you happy with the majority of accurate accounting records and a few erroneous ones? If you aim for excellence in every aspect of service that you deliver and settle for nothing less than excellence, it will showcase your firm in completely different light than what your clients have come to expect from all kinds of service providers. So always give excellent services and at better cost. Service excellence is a big wow factor, especially in an environment that condones sloppy service and failure to meet commitments. Aiming for excellence can be a huge wow factor for your firm and thus a big growth driver. Seventh point, Remain calm under pressure. Pressure situations are what test you the most. The smile on your face and the reassuring look that your clients have got accustomed to can quickly give way to frown, a worried look, and sharp words that when you are under pressure. Reassurance is what they need the most. Think of how much trust and goodwill this can build for you. So remain calm when you are under pressure. Give excellent services. Give a smile on your face. Give him the best services. Don't show tension, and that reassurance of yours will give you a good deal. Being a dependable service provider can build significant goodwill and drive referrals your way. Guys, 8th point is very important. Answer your phone. Sounds like such a simple and obvious thing to do. Why would one want to list it among the top things you can do to enhance your service proposition? Well, think of what goes on in your mind when you're desperately calling your travel agent to make an urgent change in your flight booking and he simply doesn't answer your call. Now put yourself in the shoes of a client who is calling you to follow up on a service issue, and you duck the call because you have no update to share with him. By not answering your phone, are you doing the smart thing? Please answer those phone calls. 9th point, do things without being asked. Proactively getting things done in anticipation of a future need makes a wonderful impression on your clients. It shows them that you care. It shows them that you're thinking ahead about what they may need. Creating a list of all their regular payments and sending SMS alerts is an example of providing a service which you know is useful for your clients, but which they haven't yet asked for. Doing things without being asked is a great way to build that wow factor for your firm and drive referrals your way from satisfied and happy customers. Seek testimonials for good service. And finally, you understand that you're all the 9 points above, that you're all the way to getting the wow factor for your firm. Last thing would be to find a way to encash on this wow factor. Seeking referrals from happy clients is one obvious way to encash. Every happy client can surely give you a good testimonial for your excellent service if you seek a testimonial from them. Put together a collection of the finest client testimonials you receive and make sure you publicize them effectively on your brochures, on your website, on your newsletter, or any place which you think prospective clients will see and hear about you. The key here is to have a system in place to seek testimonials each time you know you have made a client happy with your excellent service. Step 2. As we have completed step 1 of giving services to your existing customer base, second step comes where you say build trust based on relationships and abilities. Winning your customers' trust is perhaps the most important building block for any expert professional to become successful. Should experts seek to build trust based on strong interpersonal skills, or should they build trust based on showcasing their competence in resolving queries? What is more important, competence or relationships, friends? Both are very much important. The truth is that both are equally important. Your clients not only need to find you as a trustworthy individuals, but also should trust your capabilities in managing their books of accounts and helping them in filing their tax returns. Who will be more successful? A CA with a gold medal or a CA with an excellent amount of referral? I think both are important over here, that you need to have that competence to serve those services always, and secondly you also need to have that relationship building attitude in you and build more referrals for your client with your business. Become a trustworthy individual. Be honest. It is not for nothing that we have learned in primary school that honesty is the best policy, but as an expert sometimes you get into a dilemma whether you to honestly tell your client that you don't know the answer to a question he has asked you, or alternately you may try a spin technique. giving vague responses filled with impressive sounding jargon without actually answering the question directly, and in the process divert the conversation into another more comfortable area. It goes without saying that if you find yourself saying all too often that you don't know answer to several questions, you are even inviting troubles anyway. Too much ignorance is never good news. So to again trust, you need competence. Next part would be concerned and show your concern. During your meeting, while you are eager to present your research recommendations, you gather that what is actually worrying him most right now is the tax treatment of the income. What would you do? Continue with your well-rehearsed presentation and try to close the deal, or change track, put your recommendations away for the time being and focus on resolving his tax issue? The ability to empathize with your client's concerns and issues is absolutely critical to winning his trust. The ability to step out of your shoes, get into the shoes of your client, and then offer solutions that he is really looking for is critical for your client to believe that you are on his side and therefore you are trustworthy. Build a relationship beyond your client's financial matters. It's very important, friends, that you not only take care of his finances, or you're not only concerned with his financial matters, but you're also consideration of his personal relationships and taking the relationship forward. If your client is willing to entrust his hard-earned money to you, he would be quite willing to trust you on many more facets of his life beyond just money. He may ask, do you know any notary? It would be helpful to have such information handy. Yes, friends, sometimes it may happen that the clients expect more from you. They ask for different services and they may not be related to your existing service database, but you should need to have available information at hand which can help the client get the things done. For example, that we are talking about here is about the notary. Human beings are emotional, and emotions are what drive most decisions. Are you on your way to becoming your client's trusted friend, or will you just remain a competent professional who looks after his accounting and taxation matters? It's on you to decide what is required over here with your client. To build trust, a professional will work on both aspects, on himself as well as his professional competence. Clients will implicitly trust you and act willingly on your advice only when they not only find you trustworthy individual. First, keep your word. Whatever you are saying, you need to keep your word with your client. In whichever profession you are, rule number one always is keep your word. Whatever you commit, you must honor always. If you have promised to revert within 24 hours on a niggling service issue that is bothering your client, you have to revert within those 24 hours, either with a resolution or a status on progress in resolving the matter. If you have promised to conduct quarterly reviews when eagerly trying to sign up a new client, you have to do whatever it takes to fulfill the commitment. Clarity in communicating exactly what your client can expect and keeping your word on those commitments is what earns trust and confidence. Only offer best quality. This means setting and maintaining high standards of quality in everything you do. Advise only on accounting complexities and other aligned aspects that you have expertise in. If you are not very conversant with some services like service tax or other tax returns, find an expert that can help in that area for your clients. For your client to trust your professional competence, he must believe that you are the type that sets and maintains high quality standards in everything you do. Your client must know that you will only offer the best advice to him, whether by yourself or through your associates. Quality stretches beyond advice and encompasses everything that a client sees of your firm, your website, your newsletters, your account statements, and your service team. Third is professional competence. As an expert, it goes without saying that you are on a lifelong journey of learning and growing. It is not enough for you to learn new concepts. It's also vital for you to continuously look for acquiring certifications, more and more certifications and accreditations that showcase the knowledge that you have acquired. Whether you are a chartered accountant or a senior accountant from the industry, as an expert, the quest for knowledge and the need to showcase this knowledge are both vital for clients to perceive you as an expert who is well qualified to advise them. Fourth point is visible demonstration. Friends, we see that today what clients get a hold of your report is only the end result. But you have to give a visible demonstration of what you have prepared. Many experts do a good job in writing clients' books of accounts, understanding of their clients' needs. The trouble is that a lot of this happens in the mind of the expert and visible only at the end of the report. You will need to visibly demonstrate your process at every stage so that your clients get reassured about a well-defined process they are following in coming to your recommendations. Friends, at each and every step, whatever process that you're performing for your client, make sure that you give the exact amount of advice, the exact amount of progress, so that clients get reassured of whatever services you are offering to him. The more visibly you demonstrate your advisory solutions at each stage, the faster your clients gains confidence in your competence and the more he begins trusting you implicitly. Client interest is very important above your own personal interest. This gives a lot of customer confidence, gives you a best way to reach your clients and reach his mind's heart. This is absolutely fundamental for any intermediary in any business to win the trust and confidence of his clients. You need to put your personal egos aside, you need to win the client's trust, and for that you need to take his interest first ahead of your own personal interest. Clients need to feel comfortable that despite his inherent conflict of interest, you will put your client's interest ahead of your own. This is very much important, friends. Thank you and have a great day. For more information, log on to www.choksitax.com or you can call us on our toll-free number on 1800-123-2100, or you can email us for any queries or any issues at info@choksitax.com. Thank you. Bye bye from Gaurang Shah.